Over lunch, school principal Hubert Watson told us the past 2 years have been a horrible financial headache for educators.
Everything is cut. You lose secretaries, you lose assistant principals, you lose custodians. So it's a trickle effect. You're spending a lot of time in the community convincing the community members that you need more money. So it's politicking, basically.
Recession has battered school districts nationwide, Austin included. The Austin Independent School District alone cut 70 positions this year after cutting 54 of them last year. Congress and the White House, in a controversial move this summer, tried to stop the financial bleeding so many schools are suffering with a $10 billion emergency aid package for schools, $800 million of it for Texas. Trouble is, Texas hasn't seen a penny of its share of the money, in part because of a Texas-sized dispute between Austin and Washington. Austin Congressman Lloyd Doggett, the White House, and the U.S. Education Department are on one side. The governor and fellow Republican John Cornyn are on the other.
If there's going to be money appropriated, I want to make sure Texas gets its fair share.
Here's the issue. To get this emergency money, all states, Texas included, must promise not to cut their own state funding to schools over the next 3 years. To prevent states from simply subbing in the new federal money, withdrawing their own and plowing forward with the same job cuts they'd already planned. The rule was added to the bill by Congressman Doggett. But the governor says it's against the Texas Constitution to make such financial promises years into the future, so he won't. And the state's Republican senators want Congress to change that law and remove that rule for the governor.
This has nothing to do, or should have nothing to do, with Washington, D.C. This is all about state and local control over education. And I wish, people have had enough of federal government interference in their lives.
Governor Perry, meantime, has filed this lawsuit in federal appeals court demanding the money now. In a statement from here in Washington, Congressman Doggett called the governor's lawsuit a, quote, act of political theater. Meantime, the U.S. Education Secretary is holding his ground. He told us in an interview,
in education, we always have to put politics and ideology to the side and just do the right thing by children. And we want to do that in Texas as we want to do every place else in the country.
Congressional sources say this fight will likely linger until after Election Day because Congress is back home campaigning right now. That is too late to help restore the 70 positions cut in Austin schools this year, at least until 2011. In Washington, Scott McFarland, Statesman.com.